sounds and the radio voices and everything.
You gotta have a popular radio voice, and now we have a popular video voice. Hey everyone, watching us on the TV.
Yeah, two pilots here in Pilot Co-Pilot podcast. That's a bunch of peas.
Dude,
Co-Pilot. Pilot podcast.
I'm your co-pilot today. You're taking the reins. You're flying this 747, and we're going to Imagination Land.
It feels like you're taking the reins here with all this talk, but why go to Imagination Land when we can go to Reality Land?
Reality.
I mean, we're a couple of real pilots.
Yeah,
so
we went to college.
We went to college. We went to flight school.
We learned about how to read the weather and
we learned about aviation.
Aviation is one of the hardest things that you can study because it's constantly changing. The field, it's never a static field. It's a dynamic field.
But it is interesting, all the new technologies that come into play.
Oh my God.
So many new technologies. A lot has changed since I became a real pilot myself.
Did you know only pilots have if we want to jump out, we have parachutes.
Yeah.
So if anything bad happens to the planes, we can just jump out and abandon ship.
I would love to have a parachute just as a passenger on a plane. And
we should hand out parachutes.
I think that there should be some sort of like chair parachute attachment, you know? Like, I mean, yes, it would be pricey and the upkeep on it. And I would imagine over time they would, need to be updated and kept up. And it would be very, very pricey for how little it happens, but it would suck to have your plane go down and everybody eject and you have the parachute that didn't go off. But, I mean...
That's me. I'm always that guy.
That would be...
I'm always that guy.
Tell you what. Oh,
pull the second cord and then that doesn't work.
Oh, good, yeah. Oh.
And I'm going to tell you a little secret. Most of the time I'm up there flying. It's actually on autopilot. Oops.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Are you a Mile High Club member?
Funny you should ask. No.
Yeah, it's kind of hard while you're flying the plane at the same time.
Oh.
But let me tell you the number of flight attendants we've been with. Oh. I know I said let me tell you, but we're not going to get into that because one, we don't have time, and two, I like my job.
Let's just say there was a delay in departure, but not a premature departure ejaculation.
I'll give it to you.
It's a little.
I'll give it to you.
That's a little bit of airplane humor for you.
There was a little bit of turbulence in the delivery of that joke. That was disgusting. We're gonna have to edit that out.
Sometimes it gets too hot, like in time it heats up, and then whew.
Oh.
And then when you make me giggle, it's not going down. It's coming back up.
Oh boy.
Did that through the nose. Did that once. I did that once.
Dude,
I gotta tell you, it went all over the circuit board. Plain.
Oh, no. Pilots. Now let me ask you a question. What was your scariest flight?
Oh my God. My scariest flight. I know this is gonna sound bad, but it was a whole plane full of I don't know what's the correct word. Animal lovers.
Oh boy.
Let's just say everybody on this flight had their emotional support animal, so the whole darn cabin smelled like cat poopy.
Oh boy.
So I'm up there trying to fly the 747, and all I can get is a waft of kitty litter coming in through the locked door.
Oh,
that thing can stop terrorists, but I tell you what it can't stop: the
odors.
smell of odor.
Oh boy.
So that was the worst flight. I had to literally put a clothespin. I don't know where we had a clothespin over my nose, and I was like, Radio Tower, this is flight 597 out of Minneapolis, trying to find some landing gear. Oh, it smells up here. We want to land. Hurry up. Get us in the front. Kick us in front, because I can't stand this anymore.
Do you imagine if you had to circle a few times and just sit up there for an extra hour?
I would have been like, no, we're finding the next airport if you're going to make us circle.
These people aren't landing where they intended.
So that was definitely my smelliest flight that I've ever taken.
Smelliest.
My smelliest.
Yeah.
When you became a real pilot, like, were you scared of flying at first, or were you like, this is not an issue with me. This is why I'm going to be a pilot. It's because I'm not afraid of flying.
That's actually a really funny question because I myself have always been afraid of flying.
Interesting.
I know, and a lot of people would be like, that's odd that you would want to be a pilot. But the thing that I have with flying is all just like the weirdest thing. Like, I just think a plane doesn't look like it would be able to fly. It looks way too heavy.
They are heavy. They don't just look heavy. They are heavy.
They are heavy. You are correct. I mean, it just doesn't make sense that thing would be able... If I knew nothing about aviation and planes or nothing, and someone said, I bet you $1,000 that thing would fly, I would be like, you are on, sir. Mm-hmm. You are on. And I'd be counting my money.
You'd be living in a nice house.
My goodness. I thought I would.
Now, I see you have the goggles. Do you wear the goggles when you're flying, or is it simply a fashion statement outside?
These are actually prescription flying goggles for myself. For when I am in open cabin, or sometimes I just wear them for fashion style as the scarf.
Oh, well. The scarf, I can see that being a fashion style, but also when you're up there in those convertible planes, it gets a little chilly, so you want to keep the neck nice and warm.
Yes. And I didn't wear them today, but my aviation wings. Let me tell you, the chicks dig the goggles and the wings. I think you know that.
That's called a 1-2 punch, my friend.
That is. All right.
I don't know if you've noticed, but my helmet, I painted it a new shade of yellow last week to represent this new passage of gay marriage, and I really wanted to extend my support and say safety first.
Yes.
When you're getting married. You never want to just jump in in a marriage without protection. And
gay or straight.
And my thought is that people should get married, and if you want to get on a flight, you can come on my flight, and I'll marry you on my flight.
Get married in the sky.
In the sky. I'm a legal guardian. Mile High Club. Dude, you have nerves of steel. That's what. See, I want to see you hold up your cup. Not shaking.
Not shaking.
Not shaking. See how mine's not shaking? That's pilots. It means we're pilots.
That's pilots.
And you gotta have nerves of steel.
Balls of steel, nerves of steel, planes steel. You know, it's a lot of steel in our line of business.
Yeah, but if you ever try to steal from us, watch out, because we'll crash the plane on you.
That is not true.
All right. Well, thanks for watching the Pilots Talk.
This is our pilot episode.
I didn't even think that. I'll think of that before. All right, everybody. Well, we're gonna keep track of with you guys, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr, and everything.
All right.
The Pilot Podcast. All right. Well. I'm Alex. This is Tom.
I was Steve earlier. But
Steve. This is Steve. Steve and Alex.
Steve and Alex.
Saying safe travels and happy flights. Don't forget to...
Don't forget.
Just don't forget. Point at it. I'll do like a smile. Get your finger a little bit away from your face. Hey, a little more.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Now smile. We'll say safe flights on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Safe flights.